Today's lesson is called Slovakia, Central Europe's Hidden Gem. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
I'm Roger, and in today's program, we're going to continue talking about Slovakia in Central Europe there. And Slovakia might be a desirable tourist destination for a lot of people because, yeah, you've been to Switzerland, you've been to France, Germany, the UK, Spain maybe, Italy, and you just want to go someplace new and different. Well, Slovakia may be the place for you. It's, of course, not as famous as France or Italy, but still, it's got a lot to offer.
It sure does, and it's kind of off the beaten path. You won't regret going there. This place is a gem. Is it actually a precious stone? No. But you know what? In terms of value, it might come close, okay? In terms of memory value and experience value, it might come close to the value of an actual precious stone. Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Besides its historic cities and castles, Slovakia also has natural scenery that is second to none. The Tatra Mountains, located on the country's northern border, are the pride of Slovakia, and for good reason. Filled with Glacier Lakes, waterfalls, and towering snow-capped mountains, the area attracts nature lovers and skiing enthusiasts alike. Many praise the Tatras ski resort for being as beautiful as those in the Swiss Alps, with the added benefit of being less crowded and more affordable.
大家好，第一部分我们看到单字 enthusiast， 这个字是名词，指热衷者、爱好者。例如 Classic car enthusiasts have one of the most expensive hobbies in the world. 古董车爱好者的兴趣是世界上花费最高的之一。另外，补充一个相关名词 enthusiasm， E-N-T-H-U-S-I-A-S-M， enthusiasm 指热心、热忱，像是Hank's enthusiasm for the project made the other students excited to work on it as well. Hank 对这个专题的热忱让其他学生也很期待开始动手进行。
Okay, remember last time we were mainly visiting the capital city of Bratislava, and now we're going to head out into the countryside. So besides its historic cities and castles, Slovakia also has natural scenery that is second to none. Now, people travel for different reasons. Some people like to go to the cities and enjoy the culture there with museums and bookstores and things like that. But other people like to go into the countryside. So this place has got some natural scenery that is second to none. Okay, which means no other place can beat this place in terms of its natural scenery. Although I know one place that can beat it, of course, certainly it's Taiwan here. The natural scenery of Taiwan is second to none. It's hard to beat, but still, if you're trying to make a place sound good, you can say that it has these things that are second to none.
Yeah, this is kind of a nice way, an unassuming way of saying that you're the best. Second to none, okay? No place is better. Now, the Tatra Mountains, located on the country's northern border, are the pride of Slovakia, and for good reason, i.e., people in Slovakia are intensely proud of them, and they have a good reason to be super proud of them.
Yep, their pride is not incorrect. It is definitely something to be proud of. These mountains are something to be proud of. And they are filled with glacier lakes, waterfalls, and towering snow-capped mountains. So these are some of the features of the Tatras Mountains. They've got these glacier lakes, lakes formed by glaciers during the last ice age. Some people say glaciers. I've heard that, but I learned glacier as I was growing up. Of course, when I was a kid, I went to Glacier National Park in Montana in the USA. So these are lakes that were kind of dug out by glaciers, like a lot of the lakes in Ontario and Minnesota. Those are glacier lakes as well. But, of course, it also has waterfalls that make great pictures. And then you've got these mountains that are really tall, and they are towering, okay, which means they're very, very tall, like a tower.
There you go. By the way, a glacier might look like a big piece of ice. And you know what? Glaciers are actually slowly moving rivers of ice, or they're like that. Anyways, I can see now why people in Slovakia are really proud of these mountains. Wow, they're filled with glacier lakes, waterfalls, and then these towering snow-capped mountains. Wow, and that's why this area attracts nature lovers and skiing enthusiasts alike. By the way, an enthusiast is a person who is enthusiastic about doing something. Like in high school, you could have called me a chess enthusiast. I loved playing chess. During lunch and after school, I would play chess with the chess club. We would play for hours on end. We all really liked doing it. We were enthusiastic for the game. We were chess enthusiasts.
There are a lot of cycling enthusiasts here in Taiwan, of course. There's a big trend for people to buy road bikes and to go riding bicycles in the mountains and stuff like that. But in some countries, of course, people like to ski, so these people are called skiing enthusiasts. And there probably are lots of ski resorts in those mountains there. And, of course, they are considered as beautiful as those ski resorts in the Swiss Alps, with the added benefit of being less crowded and more affordable. So a lot of people go to Switzerland to go skiing. They've got some very famous ski resorts in the Alps mountains in Switzerland there. But, you know, if you don't have a lot of money, or if you're sick of all those crowds and their fancy ski outfits and stuff like that, hey, you might want to check out some of these ski resorts in Slovakia. They're just as beautiful as those in Switzerland, but you got these added benefits. They're less crowded, less wait times for the chairlifts, and they're more affordable. Your lift tickets won't be so expensive. Affordable means they're not so expensive. You can pay for them and you won't go broke.
All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break. But don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Not far from the Tatras is Slovak Paradise National Park, a vast plateau littered with winding canyons and ravines. With over 300 kilometers of hiking trails, some requiring the use of ladders and chains, the park offers something for every level of hiker. It's also home to some 350 caves. Of these, only Dobshina Ice Cave, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is open to the public. The cave is estimated to be 250,000 years old, and its temperature hovers around 0 degrees Celsius all year round. Touring this ancient ice-covered cave is sure to be an unforgettable experience.
第二部分，我们看到形容词 vast 指广大的、巨大的，像是 The national park covers a vast area of mountains, lakes, and forests. 那个国家公园涵盖广大的山脉、湖泊和森林区域，或是 There are vast differences between the two political parties on several key issues. 那两个政党在好几项重要的议题上有很大的歧义。另外，补充一个相关片语 The vast majority of majority The vast majority of 表示绝大多数的点点点。例如 The vast majority of young Indians speak English fluently in addition to at least one of many regional languages. 绝大多数的印度年轻人除了能说许多区域方言中的至少一种之外，还能说流利的英文。接着我们看到单字 plateau， 这个字是名词，意思是高原。例如 Norway is home to the largest mountain plateau in Europe。 挪威拥有全欧洲最广大的高原。另外这个字也可以当动词，指维持在高水平。我们可以说 The singer's popularity plateaued after her third album。 那名歌手出了第3张专辑后，名气就维持在高水平。再来我们看到片语 be littered with 加名词，表示遍布到处都是例如 The streets were littered with paper after the parade。 游行结束后，街道上到处都是纸屑。另外补充一个同义片语 be filled with。 举例来说 The room was filled with all of my high school friends。 房里到处都是我高中的朋友。接着我们看到动词 hover， 指徘徊盘旋，像是 hover around 加名词，就表示在某个标准值数值内徘徊上下波动，像是 The stock's price hovered at around $20 a share for several weeks。 那只股票的股价在每股20元美金上下徘徊好几周了。另外补充一个相关片语 hover over， 表示盘旋贴近。我们可以说 The helicopter hovered over the sinking ship to rescue the passengers。 直升机在那艘快沉的船上方盘旋，以营救乘客。
Okay, so where we left off, we were talking about the Tatras Mountains in northern Slovakia. So not far from the Tatras is Slovak Paradise National Park. Lots of countries have national parks, but this one is kind of cool here because it's really big, it's vast, or we're describing it as a vast plateau littered with winding canyons and ravines. So if you like natural scenery, this sounds like a wonderful destination. Slovak Paradise National Park. Again, it's a vast plateau. A plateau is a land feature. Usually it just refers to an area that is pretty high in elevation, and oftentimes it is level. Okay, we talk about some of the plateaus out in the western United States. There are mountains around, yes, but they are still really high up. The land is quite high in elevation. So in this particular case, we've got this plateau, but it's got some wonderful features here. These winding canyons and ravines. A canyon is like a large opening in the Earth's surface. It's quite deep, like the Grand Canyon in the United States or Copper Canyon in Mexico. But we've also got these ravines there, which is like a canyon, but it's maybe a little narrower. It's not as wide. At least to me, a ravine is more narrow than a canyon, and maybe you don't see so many rocks there.
Anyways, this national park is sounding very good. We've got a vast plateau is littered with winding canyons and ravines. That means there's not really a plan to where these canyons and ravines have been placed. They're kind of scattered all over the place or just littered throughout this plateau. Now, with over 300 kilometers of hiking trails, some requiring the use of ladders and chains, the park offers something for every level of hiker.
Of course, Taiwan has a lot of hiking enthusiasts, people who enjoy hiking, and they might go to Slovakia to check out the hiking there. And they have different levels there, from beginner to intermediate to advanced. Probably the advanced trails are for people who want to climb those ladders and use chains and stuff like that. But I'm sure they have maps and things like that, so you can pretty much pick where you want to go. And it's also home to some 350 caves. Okay, remember a cave is like a hole in the mountain, and it doesn't go through like a tunnel, like the Xueshan Suidao here in Taiwan. That is a tunnel. It's not a cave, but here this is a cave. Well, not just one cave, but 350 of them. Maybe you don't have so much time to check them all out. So of these, only Dobshina Ice Cave, A UNESCO World Heritage Site is open to the public. So yeah, there are lots of caves there, but this is the only one that you can actually go inside.
Yes, Dobshina Ice Cave. Now, the cave is estimated to be 250,000 years old, and its temperature hovers around 0 degrees Celsius all year round. So does it stay exactly at 0 degrees? No, but it hovers around 0 degrees. Okay, it stays at around that level. It might go above or below 0 degrees, but it stays at or around that level all year round.
Right, so if you're sick of hot weather, hey, check out this cave. It's pretty cold in there. And yes, touring this ancient ice-covered cave is sure to be an unforgettable experience. Gee, I can imagine taking some wonderful pictures there. Okay, that brings us to the end of the second part of our lesson. Let's wrap things up now in the third part.
Slovakia is small, but it has a lot to offer. With attractions ranging from the charming streets of Bratislava to the picture-perfect slopes of the Tatra Mountains, Slovakia is bound to amaze you.
最后第三部分，我们看到单字 bound 这个字是形容词，指必然的、肯定的，像是 be bound to 加动词表示一定会……例如 The argument is bound to end badly. 这场争吵最后一定会弄得很难看，或是 Nina missed lunch, so she is bound to feel hungry by now. Nina 没吃中餐，所以她现在一定觉得很饿。
Okay, let's wrap things up. I'm going to be sad when we can't talk about Slovakia anymore. This place really is a gem, and I'm sure there's plenty more to learn about Slovakia. Alas, our time is limited. Slovakia, everyone, is small, but it has a lot to offer. I don't think I could have possibly said it any better myself.
And it goes on to say, with attractions ranging from the charming streets of Bratislava to the picture-perfect slopes of the Tatra Mountains, Slovakia is bound to amaze you. So we've got this range with this and with that to this and with that. Well, the conclusion is it's going to amaze you. So yes, we've got these attractions, things that people are attracted to, things that people want to go and check out. Like here in Taiwan, of course, some of the major attractions would be Taroko Gorge, Kending, Taipei 101, various places like that. Those are popular attractions here in Taiwan, and Slovakia has these attractions which range from the streets of Bratislava to the picture-perfect slopes of the Tatra Mountains. Yes, those mountains are picture-perfect. They're perfect for pictures. If you go there, make sure you bring your camera and take lots and lots of pictures. And because of these things, Slovakia is bound to amaze you.
Slovakia is bound to amaze you. There's a very good chance, it is more than likely, it's quite possible that this place is going to amaze you. Anyways, folks, with that, it is time for us to take a break, but don't go away. Don't fret. Don't worry. The Chinese teacher is on her way.
Hello, 同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第一部分介绍了斯洛伐克北边的塔特拉山脉。那有一个句子就写到说 The area attracts nature lovers and skiing enthusiasts alike. 这个区域吸引了喜爱大自然和热衷滑雪的人。好，我们句子里面是用到 alike 当副词来表达一样的、相似的。好像有一句谚语，他说 Great minds think alike， 字面意思就是聪明的人想的一样，想的很相似，那就是用来表达英雄所见略同咯。好，那当我们像课文一样去用 A and B alike， 就是表达 A 和 B 一样。举例来说 The TV show is loved by children and adults alike. 那个电视节目小孩大人都爱。好，课文第二部分介绍的景点则是斯洛伐克天堂国家公园。那有一句是写到说It's also home to some 350 caves. 它也有大约350个洞穴。好，这边我们来学习 home 当发源地所在地来解释的用法。Home 它可以当可数或不可数名词，那么常见的用法有两种。第一种我们可以用 be home to 加名词来表达是什么的所在地栖息地，或者是表达某地拥有什么什么。那这是用来表达说某人或某事物它就是归属于那个地方的，这时候 home 是不可数名词。例如Australia is home to some of the most dangerous animals in the world. 澳洲是某些世界上最危险动物的栖息地。你也可以说 The city is home to many beautiful beaches. 这个城市拥有许多美丽的海滩。好，那么第二个用法是 be the home of 加名词来表达为什么的所在地、发源地、栖息地。那这时候 home 在这边则是当可数名词用。像我们可以说 Taiwan is the home of bubble tea. 台湾是珍珠奶茶的发源地。好，那么课文第二部分的最后一句，他写到说 Touring this ancient ice-covered cave is sure to be an unforgettable experience. 好，那这边它是用到 be sure to 加原形动词，我们来学习这个用法，它有它的不同意思。好，第一个呢就是课文用法，我们可以用某人或某事物加上 be sure to 加原形动词来表达某人一定会做某事，某事一定会发生。像你可以说 It's sure to be a fantastic show. 那一定会是一场很精彩的表演的。第二个用法，我们用祈使句方式来表达的话 be sure to 加原形动词就是表达一定要做某事。那这个句型常常用来提醒别人务必要做某事。例如 be sure to wash your hands before you eat. 吃饭之前一定要洗手，务必要先洗手哦。好，那么以上是今天重点整理，我们来回顾今天的单字吧。
Glacier. The company offers daily helicopter tours of the glacier. Affordable. Andrea moved to a new city because the house prices were more affordable. Vast. The sailor felt powerless, alone in the middle of the vast ocean. Estimate. Looking at the house, the painter estimated that it would take him a week to paint it. Hover. In the summer, temperatures hover around 32 degrees Celsius. Attraction. The Grand Canyon is one of the biggest tourist attractions in the United States. Bound. You're bound to feel nervous before your job interview.
Discussion Starter starts now!
Okay, here's our discussion starter for today. The question is, which of Slovakia's attractions is the most appealing to you and why?
Oh, I'd really like to visit Bratislava because they've got that old town there and that cathedral there that's supposedly haunted. I love haunted cathedrals. I would check that place out in a heartbeat. That's the first place I would go if I went to Slovakia.
Okay, well, I'd really like to visit the Tatra Mountains because I learned skiing when I was a kid. It's been many, many years, and I'd like to try it again. Skiing can be a lot of fun. It's fun to breathe that fresh mountain air, and maybe you can meet some interesting people while you're at it.
Well, everyone, today's article has come to an end, and I sure hope you guys enjoyed reading and learning along with us. I am Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.